everybody, Simon 2002 MRE off MRE Info.
It's best off True Buzz Productions.
And today we are doing a ration that we have looked forward to for a long time. This is a ration that once I saw a video and showed Spencer, this has been on our radar from day one of this entire adventure. This is a very, very rare and hard to obtain ration. You can buy them online, but they're rather expensive, and Drew78 got me a great deal on it. I'll put his link to his eBay shop and him on the forum or whatever, and give him, check him out. He has spectacular deals and prices, and he has rations from over 25 countries and a lot of U.S. rations and rare U.S. rations as well. This ration weighs 2.3 kilograms or approximately 5 pounds. It has a box system, so 1, 2, 3 boxes in there, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast being the smallest and lunch being the largest. They use a can system instead of a retort pouch, and this can sustain one person for 24 hours. It has a wide variety of different meals or modules, A through G. This being G, obviously, and look at the contents on there. Rather extensive list of contents on the back. And this was the 94,117 ration, one of these packaged this year. This was in 2015, and these have approximately a 2-year shelf life, but obviously they can last a little bit longer, especially since they have canned components in it. So I guess without further ado, let's just open this bad boy up. So Spencer had a good idea to cut it from like a door right here to see if we can't repackage this up. So I think I might try something similar to that. It has a really cool olive drab outer packaging. It's really thick. Cut it down from the side just a little bit. There we go. Alright, so let's just get these out. Got breakfast here. Lunch. This is a big old component. And the dinner component here, which they call supper. As you can see, lunch is pretty massive. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner here. And although this package is actually bigger than supper, this one has a lot more accessories and components that take up a lot more room. But this is the lightest. Comparatively to this, and this right here, it's approximately a third of the weight. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start off with some breakfast. Alright, let's just... Alright, right off the bat, got these trash bags, as well as an instructional pamphlet here. English translation there. It's pretty cool. And then you got 3 of these. Almost like wax paper trash bags to hold any extra components or trash. Have yourself a spoon and a napkin. Well, this was actually opened. We got some collateral damage here, guys. Nothing crazy, it doesn't look like. But it looks like they had some components switched out with these candies here. Looks like some type of citrus flavor. Hard candies. We'll look at those later. You get 2 packages of those. That's pretty cool. Now this is one of the coolest things that I think that this ration provides. 3 of these toothbrushes and a little sachet of toothpaste. That's pretty cool. What else do we got in here? This is purification tablets. You get 4 of those, each for 1 liter. So you get about 4 liters of purified water there. Instant coffee. Feels like it's pretty good in there, actually.
Good shape.
Nice.
Nice.
Biscotto dulce, otherwise known as just sweet biscuits. Little chocolate ration there.
Yep. I'm guessing this is going to be kind of like this breakfast Spanish ration. I'm guessing.
This is pretty cool. Ristora. This is, let's just open up this bad boy here. This is a big old tube of sweetened condensed milk.
Ooh, cool.
That's pretty awesome. And this is actually meant for your entire daily allowance of this.
Oh.
It's a pretty large amount. 100 grams of this bad boy. And this is for your coffee, your biscuits, and kind of whatever else you want. Even if you just want a shot of protein and energy. Again, with the dental hygiene, 3 toothpicks.
Lots of matches.
Box of matches there. Huh, weird. Yeah, it's salt. I wonder what they need salt for, but alright. There's a couple more components in here. One of the most comprehensive ration stoves that I have ever seen. Look at this. This looks a lot like a commercial brand Esbit stove. There's a lot of different ways that you can work this. And it comes with 6 of these heating tabs. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We'll be heating the water this morning for our coffee.
Yeah.
Let's look at what we have in this breakfast ration, just all laid out for you. Alright, well everything's kind of laid out for you to kind of see what we have. We only put 2 of the candies up here because there's a pretty decent amount. So I guess without further ado,
let's try this. Everything's laid out.
Alright, well, I think the first thing that we're going to have to do is use the stove to heat up some water. So I'll put this off to the side here. Use this cheap old mess kit. This thing is terrible. Use just one of those tabs there.
Yeah, we don't want to burn the house down. Oh, there we go.
That's lit. Alright, we'll just wait for that to heat up. It's heating it up pretty quick. Alright, that water feels pretty good. Let's get this coffee in here. Pretty fine granule. Good. Well, I guess next we're gonna have to look at these crackers here. Alright, cleanup is done. That was kind of a problem there, but man, do these smell sweet. Smell kind of like graham crackers, actually.
I'm excited to bite into that.
Let's try out this.
Open it.
Open this chocolate.
Milk chocolate, by the smells of it.
Milk chocolate, but as you can see there, it's actually not supposed to be milk chocolate. It's supposed to be dark chocolate.
Ooh,
But
better.
because of the fat bloom,
Yeah, it's dark chocolate.
you can see there that the fat bloom is only on the outside. Yeah, they have like a little sugar coating on the outside of them. I wonder if they're actually supposed to be like jellies, like chewy, but they felt kind of hard. Alright, let's use some of this sweetened condensed milk to use it on our coffee. A little notch there and just
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
put some on the spoon just to show you kind of what it looks like.
Kind of like caramel, I think. Yeah, caramely color.
I guess next thing we kind of have to do is put some on the crackers. And we'll save the rest for
lunch and dinner.
Yeah. You don't have to use a lot. A little bit goes a long way with these bad boys. Let's try some of the crackers, or the biscuits, just by themselves. They actually aren't really that sweet. Pretty crunchy, pretty dry, but let's try it with some of the sweet condensed milk. With the sweetened condensed milk, it brings out the flavor
Yes.
of the cracker, the already slightly sweet flavor of the cracker anyways. So, really is pretty amazing.
It is.
Those crackers are pretty dry anyways, but let's just try out some of this coffee. That is really strong, but not bitter. It's pretty smooth actually. Want to try some of this chocolate, Spence?
Yeah, sure.
Because of the bloom, you kind of lose any of the dark chocolate flavor.
Yeah, this is kind of hard. I think this might be a hard-ish.
Yeah, I think it is a hard candy.
It looks like a Jello.
We'll have to try it out. Yeah, it does. It looks like a citrus jello.
It is chewy.
Mm-hmm. It is very chewy. It's a little difficult to chew at first, but that is actually really good. Really nice citrus flavor, honestly. I'm gonna drink the rest of this coffee in one big gulp. It's like an espresso. I think we're gonna finish the rest of this up and just move on to lunch. And now moving on to lunch, let's see what we got in here.
So this is our utensils. You have a spoon and a fork.
Is there not a
And-
knife in there?
Ooh, knifey knife. And then napkins. I'm guessing about 4 napkins, maybe 2. 2 50-gram packs of crackers.
Intermix vitamin tabs. There's 4 of them in there. Each one is basically a candy fruit flavored vitamin that is supposed to provide you with your all the vitamins that you need for the day. 10 bran tablets, and these are pretty much just bran protein and maybe some B vitamins. I'm not 100% sure, it doesn't say on there. But basically what this is 1, just a general filler in between meals, and 2, to keep you regular, just so you don't get all stopped up.
Some cafe and 8 grams of sugar.
Here's our first main, the tortellini al ragu. I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce that right. That's a pretty hearty portion with 400 grams. That's pretty nice. Wurstl. These are like Vienna sausages, basically, maybe a little bit bigger. And that's another 125 gram of that. Oh, wait a minute. 400 grams, and I'm not sure what that is. Maybe that's the sauce or the meat?
Not sure.
That's the gram weight of the meat, maybe? The fruit cocktail, which is 225 grams. I'm not sure what the difference is in the grams there. And that's all for our lunch portion. As you can tell, this is the biggest part of this portion, or this ration. So, I guess what we can do next is probably get this out onto a tray. Does that sound right, Spence?
Yeah.
So without further ado,
Let's try this. Everything's laid out.
alright, so first thing that we're going to do is we're going to move this off to the side, and let's just start heating the tortellini al ragu. Alright, using our very new and fancy Yugoslavian mess kit bottom metal piece, we're just going to pop this open. Alright, let's just...
So that's the tortellini.
Yep. That was a pretty decent smell. Let's just get that out of there. We're going to use our nice Chinese mess kit bottom piece that was advertised to us as a real US one. And we're going to use this nifty stove and one of these, just one of these heater tabs. I saw Steve use 2 of them, and I was like, man, that's a good idea. I guess I'll try that. Until it popped all over his set, just flaming sparks everywhere, and I was like, yeah, that's probably not a wonderful idea.
Some smoke there. I'm gonna go get a cup of water.
Okay.
Just to be safe.
Alright. Ah, nice. That's nice and hot. Alright, let's give it a minute. We'll be right back with you when it's complete. Alright, let's get this out onto the tray. It's no longer like entire pieces anymore. It's pretty much just minced at this point. I think we're gonna pass on these utensils. I'm just going off of a lot of what Steve has done, and his spoon broke within like instants. Also, we're gonna pass on the coffee because it's nighttime and there's no reason to make a strong cup of coffee, or any cup of coffee for that matter. And we're just gonna stick with our crackers here, and let's just see what those look like. All right, that's not all of them. That's a lot of crackers still left in there, but honestly, they're not bad. They're definitely bland, and they're gonna be a good addition to this pasta here.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna move these off to the side just so we can get this wurstel out. We're gonna have to drain it because we pretty much just want the sausages at this point. Ew, what's that? It's like fat residue on the inside of that. That's kind of nasty.
The dogs are.
Oh my god, there's so many sausages in here. That is a lot of sausages. Holy smokes.
We should have warmed those up, shouldn't we?
No, they're normally cold. And then, let's just open up this fruit cocktail here. Right. Drain the top liquid off.
About the top liquid off. Yeah, you're right, no cherries.
Let's just look at these inner tabs and these bran tablets first. Get ourselves all energized for our meals, so that's a problem. Here you go, Spence. Try that. Look at, wait a minute. Look at that really cool arrow. That's pretty cool. All right, let's try them out. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, spicy.
I must declare that that was probably one of the worst things I have probably ever experienced in a ration because of how surprising that was.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that to hit like that. Oh, good God, did that hit. That was like some really cough medicine-y flavored fruit mix type thing. Really not great. But before this cools down, I just really want to try out some of this.
Yeah, like it's kind of like soup. I think that's the best noodles I've ever had in an MRE, except... Yeah, I think so.
Man, they did it right. I can't stop eating this. Tomato flavor, on point. Really, really fresh flavored. Really, really good tasting. I feel like with the whole noodles, it would have been a little bit too much, actually, at one time, because it's really cheesy, and most of those noodles are just filled with cheese. Really amazing, actually. Right. I'll just take another bite of that. I kind of want to try a sausage first. Oh, Spencer, try that out.
Yeah, you look like...
I didn't really like them.
They feel like sausages that have not been cooked.
Yeah, that's exactly what they feel like. Some of this. Man, that is where it's at. That is very, very good. I'm going to eat half of this real quick, and Spencer can have the other half. With the nice, giant chunks of fruit in there and the light syrup. It's not even that sugary.
What fruit is it?
There's a whole peeled grape there.
Oh.
Go for it, Spence. And yeah, dip that in the tomato sauce. You have to try this, dude. This is so good. And the strong bite of the tomato sauce, along with the texture of the meat and the noodles, this really makes a really compelling ration. Check out these compressed bran tablets. Pop them out onto the hand, I guess, is what we gotta do here. And Spencer will have two, and I'll have two. I'm gonna try just one of them. It kind of expands in your mouth a little bit. Has a weird little bite to it, and the first thing that I thought of was, just feels like a cracker. But then it just expands in your mouth, and you can swallow it like a pill. But I mean, chewing it is better. I mean, it gives you something to do while you're waiting for your food to heat up or something like that. However, it is rather thirst-invoking. Invoking? I'm not sure. Pretty much wrapping up this part of the review. I think, honestly, my favorite thing has to be, besides that fruit, the mix of these crackers, pasta. Looks like lunch is done, so let's just move on to dinner.
And now we're looking at our dinner portion here. Or, in this case, supper. This is going to consist of rice salad, canned turkey and jelly, crackers, instant coffee, sugar, and energy bar, along with napkins, and of course your cutlery set. Again with the same box, you got your cutlery set, which is the same thing as last time with a spoon, fork, and the weird little knife. Another 50-gram pack of crackers. Same as last time, coffee and an 8-gram pack of sugar. Again, like we did last time, we're going to pass on that because it is nighttime as well when we're doing the review. This is your rice salad here. Yeah, so that'll be pretty cool. Apparently it has a pretty distinct flavor and something that's kind of an acquired taste. Look at that. That camo can right there. Turkey and jelly. It's pretty weird. And then the last thing on our menu is the same brand Enervit Power Sport Performance Bar. Hey, look, it's Gusto Cacao. Wow, that thing's a big one. Look at that. That's a pretty light looking dinner. Although we do got our rice salad here, which is 400 grams of that, and then a really high calorie dense 240 gram thing of turkey, as well as your Power Sport bar, crackers, you got your coffee, and of course your 2 sweetened condensed milk for the crackers, if that's what you look for. So I guess the next thing that we kind of have to do here is...
Let's trade. Everything's laid out.
So Spencer's going to do the honors, open up the crackers, the Power Sport bar, and the weird turkey and jelly.
Here.
Need a little help?
Try one more try. Yeah. Yeah.
What in the world?
I bet you could flip that over and not come out. It looks
Look
like
at
it's
that. You can
so-
see the indent of the can lid on the top of that
Yeah, it
jelly.
looks like if you get in the light most of it, it looks like there's a lid on it.
That's weird.
You really.
As far as I know, that's dark meat turkey in there, suspended in a pretty buttery gelatin. So it should make for a pretty decent meal.
Trash down so I can have
There you go.
better, more space to work.
Yeah, that thing is super, super pliable.
No,
Look at that. Can we yank this out, you think?
maybe. Nope.
Oh man, look at that. Like, look at it. It's a little bit more pliable than a First Strike bar.
It smells like, I think like a brownie kind of. Like a brownie-ish.
It smells like kind of pastry-like, a little bit like a granola bar, but mostly I smell like a protein powder. Like, you know that really fake sugary smell when the protein powder? That's kind of what I imagine that was going to probably taste like, but it certainly smells like that. I'm going to have to try a bite out of this. I can't help myself. Mmm.
Good?
Mmm. Want to try, Spence?
Sure, yeah.
It's like a dark chocolate First Strike bar. What we're going to do is we're going to have to drain that rice salad because on the top of it, it's like rice and peas and olives and I think some chicken in there. But on top of it is this really, really super crazy flavorful top like layer of just straight up liquid. And the liquid is apparently not too tasty, and it really makes it too strong. And this is from a couple people who I have watched reviews on. There's not a ton of reviews on this all over the world, but from the people that I have seen review it, most of them drain it. They say it's better. So we'll be using the plastic container of the Yugoslavian mess kit. The set. There it is. Alright, that's coming up. Yeah, see? You can see right there that those juices and oils on the top. So I'm going to put this back down a little bit. Let's see what I can do to drain that. So let's just dump this out. And again, this is not even heated up. This is meant to be served cold. I'm going to put a pretty small portion out onto the tray. Oh, and apparently the can lid too. And man, look at this spoon. Look at how tiny that spoon is. I guess we're just going to have to take a bite of this. It's a little weird. Let me give it a smell. That's a vinegar kind of smell. It's not really strong, actually. You can kind of smell the olives. It smells a little salty, almost like a chicken broth mixed with some type of vinegar. And the outside of the sauce doesn't taste too bad, actually. It's pretty savory, like I said, kind of like a chicken stock. Not too bad. It's a little weird. And I'm not sure. Maybe it isn't supposed to be warmed up, but I can't imagine it would taste. I feel like it would taste better warmed up. I'm not sure. Maybe we can warm up the other half at some point and try that out. But it's not terrible tasting. You get a lot of pretty intricate flavors. A lot of the flavor comes from the olives, and it's just kind of what's left is just texture and vinegar. So you get like a very olive. Like a vinegary olive flavor coming from that, and just kind of this mushy texture that is a little bit off-putting. So I guess what we got to do next is poke at this bad boy right here. Man, look at that. Can we even like, you can slice a dice off that gelatin. Look at that. I guess what we're just gonna do here is just kind of slice through this, and maybe we can mix this up.
Smells good.
Yeah, I'm getting the idea that the Italians kind of have a pretty similar flavor. Like their idea of what tastes good is pretty similar to
Ours?
what ours tastes like. But seeing as we already ruined the spoon because I heard it cracking the last time I used it, I don't know. I'm just gonna use some of this and the edge of this cracker. I'm gonna try a little bit of the meat, and if it's good, I'll take some more. It has some really flavorful dark meat, turkey actually. I was really expecting it to be dry, but honestly, it's dark meat turkey, which everybody loves anyways. And then you add the gelatin and the jelly kind of substance in there, which provides a really buttery smooth feeling as you chew and swallow this. And it's also not overly salty. It does taste processed. You can't get away from that because it is processed meat in a can. But at the same time, it's really not that vile compared to what I was kind of imagining it to taste like. All right, I'm going in for a big old bite of this. Bring in the spoon of justice. Spoon feels like it's gonna fall apart.
Oh, it is.
It's a big hunk of meat hanging out of that one. Well, you know, honestly, it almost, I can't tell what type of, it's citrusy a little bit. There's a little bit of citrus in the flavor. What that citrus is, whether or not it's a lemon, lime, or any of the other citrus fruits out there, I'm not sure. Or maybe it's just the fact that there's vinegar in there. I couldn't honestly tell you. Well, this is closing out this really, really cool ration. Again, sent to us and bought off of Drew78. I'll leave his link to his description and his email down in the link below. Check him out. He has tons of rations, I think from over 25 different countries. And some of those countries he has duplicates of different types of rations. So really, check him out. I really appreciate you guys watching. This is our first 24-hour ration video that we put together as one big one. So I guess that's pretty much it. We'll be seeing you guys coming up in the next couple of 24-hour ration videos. Well, my name is Simon2002MRE off MRE Info.
And I'm Spencer off gballz Productions.
We're closing off this really cool Module G Italian ration. Have a good one, folks. Bye.